Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Give some people a chance to see the notifications. Doing something a little bit different today. I discovered how much fun it is for using Restream, and it seemed to have, pretty decent feed. I see things popping up all over the place. So if you're watching on Facebook, I'm not going to be able to see you join. So just give me a quick hey. If you're on YouTube, give me a hey. If you're over on Twitch, let me know if you can hear me, because last night we had some issues where Twitch just it was being a beep. Well, it rhymes with Twitch, so you get it. All right. So but I've been getting pushed to try new things, get out of my comfort zone, do things a little bit differently. So I've made the decision that I'm going to start doing my weekly Tuesday check-ins this way, where you're going to see me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hopefully everything goes well. So I see I don't have any viewers just yet, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep talking because this will be put up as a replay that you can watch later. But what do I want to talk about today? I do want to talk about stepping out of your comfort zone, because so many times we just get caught up in the fear of doing the same thing over and over again, hoping that it's just going to change, just by idling and just waiting for the signs. And then we start falling into the anxieties and depression and the feelings of isolation, the feelings of separation, the feelings that we aren't good enough, that we're not doing enough. Well, guess what? On the aspect of not doing enough, you're absolutely right if you're sitting on it and not getting anything done. So what do? You make time and take action. That's the easiest answer, is to take action. Awesome. I'm heard over on Twitch. Cool. Love it. And it's YouTube that's messed up. Of course it is. If it's not one thing, it's another. Hey, I'm just grateful if it's not grainy and I'm not choppy. So that's one thing I'm really grateful for right now. So, because so many other times I've tried to go on with using Restream, and it was just, oh God, it was like a bad cell phone connection. So yeah, and I'm not. Okay. But what I was talking about was, sitting on anxieties and literally just letting them rule what we do or what we don't do. So, DJ Carey, actually, do me a favor, rush over to Facebook and see how the feed is there and comment from there so that I know. Sorry for the interruptions during this live stream, but since it's new, we want to make sure where everything is being seen, not seen. Actually, I'm going to take a quick peek. It says view on YouTube, but I don't know. Nah, I'm just going to leave it and I'll deal with it later. If I got to delete the video on YouTube, I got to delete the video on YouTube. They haven't been exactly happy with me today, so I don't care. Anyway, Micah being Micah, screw ups and all, bad hair, unshaved, unshowered, don't care. Here I am. So, and not being heard on YouTube, I'm sure that's part of the reason why I'm not seeing the chat explode, because whenever I go live during the day on YouTube, I start seeing a lot of people flying in and just throwing up comments and having trouble keeping up with them. But when you sit on anxiety, like I was saying, and you just get sucked in, and it's so easy. It is so easy to get sucked into your anxiety and the mental spirals. And I mean, you have this fear. Now, I know that the newer generations may not appreciate this as much, but when I was younger, we had the merry-go-rounds where you would jump on and somebody else would have to grab one of the poles and just start running to get it spinning. Now, sometimes if you had nobody else to play with, you were the person that would have to grab the pole, run around to get it spinning and get it moving. Awesome. Oh, cool. Awesome. So everybody's hearing me everywhere. And if you were by yourself, having to be the one to run to get it into motion, well, there's getting your anxiety. But then you had to jump on if you wanted to enjoy the ride. So you would have to time it just right so that you didn't get hurt and get sucked underneath and have the accidents, which caused these wonderful toys and playground equipment to disappear because too many people got a little bit too crazy with them. But just for image sake, what if somebody stopped the merry-go-round? They just stopped it in their tracks. This is where people got hurt because they would fly off and then they'd have to pick up and dust off. But this is, take that image, and this is one reason why so many people get stuck in their anxieties, into their mental spirals, because by just halting them, it would mean that they would have to stop thinking about what they've always been thinking about or thinking about a little bit too much and do something different. Look at it differently, not get stuck in it. And okay, well, what's next? What comes after the moment that you decide to take action? And because you don't know most of the time, we'll just get stuck in them and we'll just wait for that spin to slow down. The ride stops, we get off, and we keep moving. But when you're in there, when you're on that ride, when you're we'll go to a roller coaster now, because life is more like a roller coaster than a merry-go-round, because you don't just get stuck sitting and spinning all the time. But life's more like a roller coaster where you have the ups, you have the downs, and sometimes the downs, they can be fun, exciting, exhilarating. And then you have the climb again. But that initial climb to the excitement feels like it's, God, am I ever going to get here? And you actually have a moment to take a look around and can either start feeling the fear, knowing that you're going higher, being taken out of your comfort zone, or you can have that excitement of, I'm about to have some fun. I'm about to feel things that I don't feel when I'm an onlooker on the ground going, oh, these people, they come off this ride, they looked like they had so much fun. And here I'm so afraid to actually even get started because, too many stories, too many images, too many spirals. So get started. You want to defeat anxiety? Get into movement. It's easy to say when I'm not in a spiral. But when we're in that spiral, once we get in, getting it to stop, that's when it takes a little bit extra courage on our part to make the decision. Enough. I've been sitting here, spinning my gears, not knowing what else to do, not knowing where I'm going from here, and I'm wasting all of this time because I'm not getting anything actual done. I'm not being actually productive. And I'm shaming myself because I'm not getting anything done, because I'm not being productive, because I don't know the next step. But what am I doing in order to actually make the next step instead of sitting here worrying about not doing it? So do it. Take that step. Take that leap. Doesn't have to be a big one. Just something. And if you sit in front of a computer and you grind all day and you have nowhere to go and you don't know exactly what you're doing, get up and clean. Go take a shower. Go take a walk. Make some food. You're probably hungry anyway. So many different things that we can do just to get out of where we've been. And yeah, easy talk. A little bit general, a little bit vague. That's all right. Resonate with you where it needs to. Oh, I love that. Thanks, Carrie, for reminding me of that, because that is one of my favorite moments in that movie, in Parenthood, when the grandmother was talking about the roller coaster. It was just so interesting to me that a ride could make me so frightened, so scared, so sick, so excited, and so thrilled all together. Some didn't like it. Oh, God, what a great scene. If you haven't seen Parenthood, it's towards the end of the movie. And that's it. I can't describe easily how that resonates with what I have been babbling about. Yeah. And others, they like the carousel because it just goes round and around. The roller coaster you get more out of. And less likely to get hurt than a merry-go-round. Believe it or not. I mean, think about the poles that are going up and down, and you get underneath and you just get trampled. Oh, probably next week. I'll, since this is all new to me, I will get a collective reading together and share it with you guys. I don't want to take too much more of your time for the day, but I do want to talk about an offer that I am coming up with and will be releasing soon. My individual reading sessions. I'm going to expand it to where it's kind of a package type deal. And it won't just be a singular reading. It will be more of a main reading with a few snippets for a few weeks after, just to help make sure that you're working through whatever it is that comes in. Hey, Eric, good to see you too. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. But I know that a lot of people, because my pricing is not, it's not low, I'll admit, but when it comes to the way that I read, the way that I connect with my clients is on a different level than many readers. And there are many levels to it where it's not just the cards. I'm looking at your energies. I'm looking at the patterns that I see almost immediately. We're either in person or we're on Zoom. And I'm watching your body reactions. I'm watching your energies. And in the meantime, in the background, dusting things off, helping you to get into an alignment and feel what an alignment is. So that hopefully by the end of that session, you're walking away feeling better about yourself, feeling more empowered. I mean, we don't all just want to know if he's going to call, if we're going to get the job, if we're going to get the house. Because all of those things can be made up. And the answer can always be yes. The answer can always be no. So to not attract people who are just looking for quick, easy answers, I don't keep it cheap. because I dive all in. I dive in as far as you will let me. And that's why. So be on the lookout. I will divulge more probably next week. If you haven't already, check me out over on Facebook, and you can find me by name. You can also join my Evolve and Emerge group over on Facebook, where I will be going live directly in there on Fridays at noon or noon-ish. I try to keep it at noon, and I was going to today, but ran into some technical issues that had to be addressed from last night's messengers. And speaking of podcasts, don't forget about Phoenix Talks. It's going to be tomorrow right here on my YouTube channel at 6 p.m. and also over on Twitch. So, getting the opportunity to play with Restream a little bit more. You can see me in more different ways, whichever one is easiest for you, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, and who knows, maybe Phoenix Talks will start to be broadcast on Facebook as well, so that you don't even have to leave the comfort of where you're used to. But that's coming up tomorrow night at 6 p.m. right on my YouTube channel for sure, and Twitch. And we're going to be talking about emotionally re-triggered. And this was once again a personal event that was the inspiration, which I'll talk more about tomorrow night. And it's one of those merry-go-rounds I was really glad to get off of and jumped back onto the roller coaster. So, but I know I'm not alone, because there's so many reasons right now that people are dealing with triggers. They are dealing with old triggers that they thought that they worked through that are still preventing them from being able to move forward. So sometimes when you think you've worked through something, universe has a sense of humor sometimes. That face. So, but I'm going to jump off. And when you see me go live, just give me a hey that you're in the chat room in any of them, because using Restream, I won't be able to see who's coming in and out. So if you want to say hey, say hey. And if you're watching the replay, give me #replay so that I know who's been around and who's getting this info. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll see you tomorrow on the Phoenix Talks. Keep going. Love you. I love you. Even if I don't know you, I love you. You know why? Because you're worth hearing that, you're worth feeling that, and you're worth knowing that.